Hello, IK here. Welcome to postsSlice Part 7. At first, this is application Tank 1, and it is a React application, and Redux, with Redux State Manager, and the data is on mock server, remote server. When we call address of this application, first would be open public index.html, public index.html. Here is important object, is important HTML element, this one, div ID equal root, empty div HTML element. After loading index.html, that document call index.js. Let's see index.js. At first HTML, now index.js. It is always like that. HTML document from the first day of JavaScript, vanilla JavaScript, of the first day, go first HTML document, and after that, that document called JavaScript. Okay, now index.js. Index.js abstraction, the coding. First import provider from React Redux package. Store is our coding, and app is fundamental component of React. We declare container. Container is div document in index.js, in index.html, and declaring root object equal create root function. Create root function coming from React DOM client package. Create root, there is a container for parameter, and it means that root is, here is root, is React application, our React application, and result of that actual HTML, what we see on the screen, we will see it through container, through root div element. Okay, and after that, order is root.render, and starting rendering of our React Redux application. Our React fundamental component is wrapped inside of provider. Provider is a React element what provide Redux, what connect React, our root React element, with the Redux state manager. And we must install Redux. Provider will install Redux, store and reducer. How? Here, with the props store equal, in curly brackets, object store. And that store coming from app store, and it is here from app store. Here it is. We configure it. It is import configure store from Redux toolkit, import post reducer from postsSlice. Post reducer from postsSlice. We have only that one reducer, and the object store is assigned configure store function. Configure store function will create that object. It means we'll create all what we need with Redux. There is a Redux, there is a store main element, and in store is main reducer. And we have only one reducer, post reducer. Here is store, there is one reducer common for all other reducer. And this our one reducer of store, there is inside of that there is post reducer and can have a lot of reducer. Because of that we call that slice. Authors call that slice. And postsS, here it is, postsS is name of state. It is object post. And the slice is always a slice for every reducer. We have only one reducer, post named post reducer, and the name of our state is post, and the reducer is together for all reducer. And here is a finished installation of Redux, store reducer. And postsSlice is configuration file for reducer. And when we look at now, it is alive. postsSlice is alive in this post reducer. What it means, we must look at in postsSlice. postsSlice, it means that we have installed initial state, post status error, post is empty array, status idle, error null. It is object. And the initial state means that it is a state in reducer. It will be in memory in reducer. Now, after execution of provider element, React element. And that initial state is post, status, and error, and there is a value, empty array, idle string, and the null keyword. Here is for thank function, what we need for CRUD functionality, create, read, update, and delete. Fetch post is thank for read data. Add new post for add a new post. Handle delete is for delete a post. And update post is for edit post. It is for thank, for function, for action creator, what we need in our application acronym CRUD, create, read, update, delete. And all that thank, result of that thank goes to extra reducer in method add case, method of object builder, and every action is here. Action type pending, thank function dispatch. Action type pending, action type fulfilled. It is fetch post. It is reading and rejected. And now add new post thank, dispatch thank dispatch that thank add new post. Dispatch pending type action, fulfill thank, fulfill the type action, and rejected. After that, we have a handle delete, thank, dispatch pending type action, fulfilled type action, and rejected. Depends. If all is okay, fulfilled. If there is error, would be reject type. Handle delete and update post. Thank update post, dispatch pending type action, fulfilled type action, and rejected type action. All we said here, but now we are in phase, in process, index.js. It means that here in provider, because of props store, would be execute store script, and in that execution, we will have in memory complete Redux store and reducer. Output of reducer would be initial state. It is object with the props, with the posts array. Empty array would be empty array with status properties. It is string idle, and error properties would be keyword null. When fundamental app start rendered, it is moment when in memory exists Redux. And now Redux and of course router, fundamental router is executed, and in process now we have rendering of app application. It is fundamental, and app application, we start rendering app application, but app application, there is, we can look at, there is a two component, like child component, and always we have first rendered child component. Rendered at post initial rendering, and it is finished. All what we have, we see after initial rendering of add post form, we see form for add new post. And it is finished rendering add post form. All what we need local state is of course inside of script. And after that start post list. Post list rendered like here is visible. Here it is. Okay. Add post form first rendered. Post list rendered, and after that app finished rendering, because we start rendering with app, but child add post is something what we have in script, would be rendered, and post list would be rendered after that finished app rendered. And we see left side what we see. But here is detail of rendering. Post list. Post list at first initial rendering, there is initial state. It is array, empty array. It is post properties of object. Here is idle is status, and null is error. It is initial, but after initial, we have event. A component was mounted, and that event call use effect, and use effect start dispatch fetch post. Dispatch fetch post is tank, who dispatch immediately pending type action, and it is waiting for fulfilled. It is a reason for re-rendering because status changed from idle to loading. All other is same. Post is empty array here, and error is null. And tank, after some time, if all is okay, dispatch fulfilled type action, and that fulfill type action means all post complete array from server, and here is it is a reason changes that action, fulfilled action, change state, and we have now two posts. We have complete array, not empty array, but full array of full is two posts here momentarily. It is post. And we have succeed, status succeed, and error null. It means loading succeed is a part of logic where when loading we saw loading with three dot information to user through user interface, and now when succeed we by map we method map we uh, uh, resolve post by post in list of post list, and we see on the screen post list. It is left side visible. It is third rendering, but that fulfilled is a reason that start child on post list. Post excerpt is a component for one post, and the map practically like loop. Every post rendered in post excerpt map have post list and finished post list rendering. Okay, and we have left side what we have. Now I will see application 454. When we enter address of this application in our browser, at first install index.html, index public, index.html. That index.html is the same as in application tank one. Here is important element div id root div. After loading of index.html would be called index.js. Index.js, and we can look at that index.js. Here it is. Index.js is the same like in tank one. But we have here a router, and because of that, there is a lot of script. Router for us not interesting. We look at only this part, what we look at, and we look at only post here. Also import React DOM, provider, store, app. It is the same, but import browser is because of router, from React router, and all other, it is more component in this application, but for us is interesting this root, React DOM, create root, okay. Again, document get element by ID root. It means that our application created by create root function and parameter div from index.html. It is our React application. A React application, it means that actual HTML, what we see on the screen, would be visible through doc element, doc HTML element, empty doc HTML element ID root. Here it is. Here it is. Declarative programming. Only this create root, create all that miracle. And React application dot render like before, provider, store, it means would be installed Redux and with the store and reducer. It is here. When we look at in that store, we will see that this common reducer, there is 5 sub-reducer, call it. Here is post reducer, interesting for us, but also here is a users reducer, comments reducer, replies reducer, replies one reducer. All that coming from import. And look at every reducer, there is postsSlice. It means one postsSlice, one reducer. Here it is visible. postsSlice, users, user slice, comments, comment slice, replies, reply slice, replies one slice. All is the same, only changes part like in formular. It is declared for. There is no lot of coding. Copy one postsSlice and only change part what you need change, name, etc. Name and look at in postsSlice, what is interesting for us. postsSlice, postlist, postsSlice. Here is the postsSlice. Here in postsSlice, we import create slice like before, and it is all like before from Redux toolkit. And initial state, now our data is in our memory of our device, not remote, not outside. And the initial state, we created 2 posts that we have some visible immediately. And after that, start what we want, interaction, add new post, delete, update, all that go in our memory, don't go out. And we don't need asynchronous process, we don't need tank. Redux is here, store is here, reducer is here, and initial state would be 2 posts. It would be initial state and would be installed. We are now in provider props store equals store. And here is a postsSlice created by this function, and parameter inside is name post, initial state is here, and reducer. Look at, we have a reducer, post edit is reducer. And reaction edit is reducer. Post update is reducer, but also it is action creator, and also it is action. It is in functional programming that it is possible. It is object is function, function is object. And post delete is reducer, post delete is action creator, post delete is action object, because of result of this is action object. We can write constant post delete equal arrow function. We can write constant post update equal arrow function with this parameter, etc. And here we have not pending type action fulfilled or rejected. We have only one action. It is post update is post update action, and post delete is post delete action, because data is in memory. Here is post update. Here, this action creator is not created but by create asynchron tank. No, it is a function here and the final function. And when we call that function, a result of that function would be uh, action, action. And can we see how we call it? We call it on the, for example, post, uh, post, would be interesting uh, how we fetch data, how we read the data. Post list. Here is a post list. In post list, we connected, we declare variable post, and hook user selector connect to a global state, and it is post. It is post. Only post, only array post. It is not. It is not. It is not object. It is array, and the state is together state in a store, and we have post here. Post equal post, because postsSlice, it means post reducer, is installed before rendering of post list. When initial rendering, when we have initial rendering, in that initial rendering, we have this post. We have this post from immediately. We have that post, and here we have no use effect, and here we have no reason for re-render. We immediately in initial post, initial rendering, we see, after initial rendering, we see all posts on the on the on the screen. Here it is. Oh, start, and we will see. Yes, and here it is. Look at that two post, initial post, and every new post would be visible immediately, but would it go to memory? Our memory don't go out, and we don't have here tank. We don't need tank here. Let's get see in here. Here it is, second post, first post, and now F12. You see, we have only one rendering. It is array 2 immediately. We have not need use effect and call tank. Here there is no tank. Initial rendering, and we have a result on the screen, left side. Left side, it is console. Here is Redux. In Redux, it is visible that we have only init, initial init. This part, Redux, show what happened in store. And in store, we have init. initial installation with initial state. It is postsSlice. It is two post, and here it is two post one. Interested for you look at it is ID first post, hello, etc. It is initial installation of postsSlice result. But when I add something, now we see here post edit, only post edit. When I delete when I delete it, delete, here it is post delete. It is type, action type, and the action payload is visible here. Init post. It is first post, hello, and second, and all other, and second post is reactions, and second post is here, second post. And when I edit, we have first post, second post, but also we have this AAA. And after delete, again, we have only two posts. Now it is first post, second post, and here is one, the second post, and here is the first post. It is after post delete. And look at this. But now here, when we look at Redux, also we see that after visible, after rendering post list, we have init like there. It is postsSlice installation and initial state. But after that, we have rendering and second rendering and use effect and fetch post tank. Fetch post tank send pending type action and fulfill type action, because must go out, must go asynchron to remote server, take data. And because of that, there is a pending, it is a waiting time, and fulfilled if all is okay. And fulfilled is moment when we have all posts, when coming, when response data is fulfilled array and ready to be visible on the screen. Also, if I add something, here is add new post pending and add new post fulfilled. Always tank function dispatch to action, pending type fulfilled. It is add post. Let's get see delete. Here is a delete. Here is a post delete and pending and post handle delete fulfilled. Of course, here is a payload. Payload. It is visible here. We have two posts. We have status, succeeded, and error null. But when we look at init, click init, we see post status idle, post is empty, and status Look at here is post is empty and status idle and error null. It was init, but every of this we can see. And now last one is fulfill delete and update. Okay, let's try to update. Update is here. Uh, Here it is update. And now we must click. We have update pending type and fulfilled. Update fulfilled. Click on update fulfilled. I will see here it is exchange the title is key and the content is key, etc. Okay, it's all for this video. Thank you for watching this video.